When I saw this clip, I got a little bit too irritated, to be honest. But I think you'll see why. My reaction was, no effing way. We're still having this confused conversation. Let me just play it for you and then I'll explain more what I mean. Newsom was asked by Kristen Welker, are you not normalizing childish social media by mimicking Trump's social media feed style?
You have been one of the most outspoken Democratic voices against President Trump. And part of your tactic is to imitate some of what we see online from President Trump. So you mimic his all-cap posts, you send out similar memes. Do you run the risk of normalizing that behavior?
Quite the contrary. The whole expression was to not allow it to be normalized. It was becoming normalized. All this, the normalization of deviancy across the spectrum of issues, but his communication, he's dressing up as the Pope, as Superman. He's putting his face on Mount Rushmore. He's saying, thank you. It's madness. And so I put a mirror up to that madness.
And then we'll get to the second part of the question, but exactly. No, Trump did this. Trump brought our political discourse down a lot. This is Trump's doing. So we have some choices as to how to respond to that. It's there. It's in the dumps. We're literally getting pooped on in his videos. We're there. So our choice is, do we want to, which hasn't worked for Democrats, be like, but still, I'd like to publish, and this will get 13 likes. A recent study that shows that actually, my stance on, or do we want to get down in the mud? But to his point, he's not actually even getting in the mud so much as, and I actually appreciate this, even though some of the posts you're like, whoa, but it was being normalized. The media normalizes it. We have breaking news here into CNN. The President of the United States posted, every single one of my enemies is a dumb, gay loser. Now we have a panel here. Scott Jennings, what do we make of this post from the POTUS? We normalized it already. We just kind of read it like, oh, here we are. Almost by Newsom doing it, it got me to be like, wow, it's so weird how when I see him doing it, I go, that's so crazy. So it does put up a mirror to it. And just how Trump kind of uses those antics to distract from more important issues. And we get more fixated on those things. And what does he say on social media? And there's just a fire hose of drama all the time that his policy failures and policy decisions that have been so catastrophic, kind of it's hard to keep your eye on the ball. Then she says in response, okay, but when we go low, they go high, right?
Reminds me of something Michelle Obama said once. When they go low, we go high. Is there still room for that mindset?
I would love to go back to that, but politics have changed. The world's changed. The rules of the game have changed. Now we have to rewrite the new rules. I'm trying to iterate. I'm in that process of doing that. But Michelle Obama also recently was interviewed about that comment, and she amended that comment about going high is also going strategic, meaning finding strategies to address concerns and anxieties. So she's evolved on her own foundational principle, but it's the right one. We're all better off. We're all better off. This can't continue forever. All of us living in the state of fear and anxiety, on edge. And so, of course, we want to go back to some semblance of normalcy.
It's a good point to say, within a set of rules, we all know what she meant. Obviously, everyone references that. It just kind of sums it up nicely, but it is a point a lot of people think about, which is, how do you handle an out-of-control movement that you're against? Do you follow the rules of the past, or do you change the rules, but then do you risk becoming them, right? I don't really see that with his social media feed. Just have fun, whatever. Go crazy. But I see it, there's a deep philosophical, well, how many decisions are we willing to make that we wouldn't have previously to combat a dangerous movement? And then what level do we start becoming dangerous? But if they fundamentally change the rules, then that means you will change and do things that previously you wouldn't have wanted to do. It's like, a lot of people don't like the tush push in football. Who's Hurts? What's his first name? Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Eagles, is really good at the tush push. And you people line up behind you and they push your tush and they push you over the line. And I don't understand how you could make a coherent argument as to why you shouldn't allow that. But imagine if you would, that it was illegal and then they made it legal. They changed the rules of the game literally. There's the tush push. Ready? And it became, and then if you're a defense, I'm a football guy, what can I say? And I'm a guys guy. So then you're like, I'm not going to guard this. I'm not going to then jump over the pile and shove him because I don't like jumping over piles normally. Back whenever that was illegal, I never needed to do that. So I don't want to do it. It's risky. You would seem insane. Or if you don't then practice your own tush push, you'd be insane. But if they made it illegal in NFL, then all of a sudden you could go back to not having to worry about how to grab your quarterback's buttocks and shove them over a thing. It's a really good analogy, I think, because it makes a point you already understood, but in a less direct way. Is why I think it's interesting. So literally, if you do think about it that way, Trump changed the rules, and we have to then adjust while still standing strong on principles that we believe in. Kind of like how this is the better one. This is more prescient. We should not want to redistrict and gerrymander in an ideal world. But if Republicans are going to be gerrymandering out of the wazoo, then we need to do some gerrymandering to get power and then ban partisan gerrymandering. Like tush push. And if you're an NFL fan, email in. How could you possibly make an argument that you should ban the tush push? I don't even like the Eagles, but it's just a play. You're doing everything legally. LukeBeatshow.com/contact. Someone's going to send me into a spiral. What? You can't hike the ball and jump forward? What's the problem? It should be illegal. Get better at defending it then. I'm a Texans fan. Give us a call. 440-879-8527 or 440-TRY TLBS. We've been getting some great voicemails. They're great. Okay, so coming up are a few elections. And they're going to be a little bit of a test on Trump, I think. And it's looking pretty good for Democrats, honestly.
Harry. Okay, so Harry, when we're looking at races, you've got New York, you've got New Jersey, you've got Virginia, so much attention being played to these three races. What is happening? How much of those races is actually a test of Donald Trump? How much is it actually about the races themselves and what's happening in those areas?
Yeah, look, if they're a test of Donald Trump, then Donald Trump can't be too happy with what we're seeing in the data right now. You talk about New Jersey. What do we see there? I know.
And then he goes through some of the races that are coming up. Prop 50 coming up. Will the California voters vote to allow for this redistricting plan to combat Texas's redistricting? Newsom was speaking at a rally about that.
So here we are. Here we are. Days away from this historic election. Days away from sending a message. And a year from now, what this is all about is Democrats getting back on our toes, not our heels, getting our mojo back. I don't know what happened to us last few months. Everybody all, hand wringing and all this.
Well, we lost to an orange monster, so that has a bumming out effect. But I like the energy. We're back, baby. We're back, baby. No, this is good. This is good. He's quirky. He's quirky, though.
But we're back. The biggest story, you know it. You all know this. I cannot wait for November 5th, November 6th, and all the punditry. Historic victories all across the United States of America. Proposition 50 winning by double digits. A new governor in New Jersey, a new governor in Virginia. Democrats back, united, standing tall and firm for health care. Standing tall to our diverse communities, standing tall for the founding fathers. That's what this election is all about. So I just want to thank you. I mean this, just thank you. I'll end as I began.
I just want to thank you. Hey. But yeah, good. I like that message of, hey, we've gotten through the grief phase. What are the phases? I don't know. Now we're to the angry, passionate, motivated phase. You know what? An idea I had while we're talking about the imitations. Newsom's imitating Trump to make fun of him. I want to see Trump try to imitate Newsom's hand gestures. That would be something. Because Trump struggles not to do his thing. But if he added a little bit of this to his speaking, I think that would make it a lot more
interesting.
That was so good. Obama was also speaking with New Jersey's Mikey Sherrill, and I thought this was Spanberger too, but no. Okay, Spanberger was a different clip, and someone yelled at him. He said this.
Oh, I love you, but hold on. I heard you, girl. Just settle down. I'm here to talk to everybody, not just you. I mean, you look cute. But I am married. Michelle's fine too.
Okay. That's you're cute. These days you can lose your career for saying that. That's what Trump says every time. He's like, so beautiful. You can lose your career. So there's that. And now we're to the Spanberger rally.
I worry about the growing concentration of economic power in this country. With just a handful of mega billionaires and companies controlling what we see and what we hear. And I worry about how much that economic power distorts the political process. I worry about how readily not just business leaders, but others with influence in law firms and universities have been willing to bend the knee to this president's autocratic impulses to avoid retribution or protect profits or simply to avoid controversy. And I worry sometimes how we've come to accept this as normal.
So the speech goes on. There's a bunch of clips I had for you, but we're kind of out of time. So I'm going to wrap it. But I kind of hear Newsom's point. Something about watching these rallies made me feel like, oh, okay. All right, so I guess there are some Democrats that exist. Now, one of the ones that we're needing to trot out is Obama. I love that. It's like, guys, hey, we need help. Who do we have back there? Biden? No, you focus on, okay. Obama? Hey, if Trump runs for a third term, are you into that idea? Michelle, are you anywhere? It's kind of a funny phenomenon, grabbing all the way back 2 presidents ago. But gotta do what you gotta do.